Hello and welcome to Positivity Island with me, Kate Cocker, and him.
Hello, I'm Will. We're on
Say
the
your
sides. I'm Will.
I'm Will. I can't hear you very well, Will.
Is it because I'm so loud? Is it because this is so loud?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Good. Let's start again. Hello and welcome to Positivity Island. My name's Kate Cocker.
I'm Will. Hello.
There you go. He's got it. He's here. He's in the room. For the next hour, we are going to just have some joy with you in a world where we're endlessly getting bad news. This is a world where we're going to have some fun and have some good news. So welcome to Positivity Island. We'll be with you for the next hour here on Backchannel. If you're new to Backchannel, welcome to the community. Backchannel is the only place that you can talk to your hosts, watch, listen and talk to your hosts live via your Amazon Echo show. This is something you can do if you're in North America. All you have to do is talk to your device, the name that you use, then the keyword say, and then the message that you want to give us, and you'll appear on our screens and you'll be able to see yours as well. So let's do practice. It's Eliza, say, hello, Kate and Will. Hello.
You could say, Eliza, say, Will, I like your new jumper. That's what I would say.
You could talk to her, you could command her, Eliza, say, don't you two look very coordinated today? For the first time ever, I think we've actually got, you look like my sunset and I look like your background.
Wow.
I know we've done a really good job there. That was very clever of us. Well done. I don't know quite how we did it. What do we need to talk about today? Oh, yes, there's lots of exciting things coming up for you in the next hour. We're going to be looking at how you can actively maintain a positive mindset. This is all connected to the podcast that I do called Everyday Positivity, of which I am the host and Will is the very, very brilliant producer. There's lots of good news. Animals, men, Dolly. That's all you need to know. And there'll be a bit of trivia for you to play along with as well. We've got a really good pop quiz coming up, I think. Unless you've not done the work, Will.
Okay. I'm always doing the work. I'm always putting the work in.
Always putting the work in. So, Happy New Year. Happy Chinese New Year.
Happy Lunar New Year.
Happy Lunar New Year. It's the year of the tiger starting today.
Yeah.
I love a tiger.
I don't think I've ever seen a tiger. Probably at the zoo.
On Twitter today, someone posted an image of a tiger just crossing the road in India. How cool's that? Just wandering around with tigers all over.
Why did the tiger cross the road?
I don't know. Why did the tiger cross the road?
Because it was Lunar New Year?
You went a long way to that, didn't you?
Yeah, I need some work.
Did you ever read Tiger That Came to Tea?
Yes, who drank all the water in the tap?
Yes.
How dare he?
Yes, the tiger that came to tea ate all the food, drank all the water from the tap, and so when Daddy came home, they all decided to go to the cafe for ice cream and sausages.
Is that the moral of the story? Is that the ending?
Yeah.
All I remember is that he drank all the water in the tap.
He did. As a child, I loved the magic of the fact that the tiger came and ate all the food and drank all the drink and drank all the water out the tap. As an adult and as a mother, I realised that this was the, oh no, there's nothing in the freezer moment, embellished into a tiger turning up and eating it all.
Oh no, we have to go out for dinner because the tiger came to tea.
Yeah. And I definitely would play that trick on my husband, who is often quite, he's quite good at looking after the pennies. And so going out to eat in the week might not be something that, we'd go, let's do that every night. But if he came home and I was like, Tim, tiger's been.
To tea.
Eaten all the food, drunk all the water out the tap. We're going to have to go down the calf. And that's my other favourite thing is that when my father-in-law used to read it to the kids, he'd call it the calf, whereas I call it a cafe.
Of course, yeah, naturally. Top three favourite children's books, The Tiger Who Came to Tea. 100%.
Yes, top three. Any others? Oh, I liked Ferdinand the Bull. Do you remember
Okay, I don't know
Ferdinand the
that one.
Bull?
I don't know
Oh,
that
it's
one.
so lovely. Ferdinand the Bull, who's a sensitive bull and he likes flowers when all the other bulls like to bosh things.
That's a bit
Oh,
cute.
it's very cute. Any others? Any other
Uh,
children's books? Like, and I mean specifically children's.
yeah, I mean, like, there's the Very Hungry Caterpillar. A lot of mine
Oh
are
yes,
food. A lot of mine are food related. Um, that was
yeah,
that was one that stands out. And then we had this book called Sanjay and the Baker.
yes. You said about that the other week.
Yeah. So, uh, so Sanjay lives above the bakery, and he
Yeah,
enjoys all the smells. Every morning, he enjoys like the smells of the freshly baked bread
yummy.
from the bakery. But the mean baker is like, no, Sanjay, you have to pay for those smells. Blah
Yes.
blah blah. A disagreement ensues. Sanjay gets taken to court, and
No.
yeah, and the judge is like, okay, yeah, you have to pay 3 silver coins to the baker, and Sanjay drops the silver coins, into this big bronze bowl, and each one makes a really big clanging sound, and the sound of the coins dropping into the bowl is the payment for the smells for the baker. Is the punchline. I know.
We had one about owls.
Nice.
And then there was the monkey with the painted bottom, and I kind of read it enough times. And the Gruffalo, obviously, that was a good one as well.
Oh, I love the
Anyway, I read them
Buffalo.
all enough times that I knew the words back in the day.
No, yeah,
Obviously,
you
they
don't
were
need the
things that we read to the
books. You don't need the
kids.
books.
Yeah, got to the point where reading them to the kids, I knew them off by heart, which
Hmm.
is a nice segue, really, because this week is Storytelling Week. I can't, I don't know if it's UK National Storytelling Week or if it's World Storytelling Week, but that leads us very nicely into this Sunday's episode of Everyday Positivity, which was a journal prompt. What are your go-to life stories? What are your go-to moments? Maybe there's 3, maybe there's 5, maybe you can just jot them down or think them through, but you will have some go-to stories that you hear yourself telling a lot, or you think of a lot, or you hear your family tell a lot. My stories would be things like, I got married to my husband without telling anyone. And I could tell you the story of the best day of my life when we got married. I could tell you about the birth of both of my children, including my daughter, when my mother-in-law got stuck under some shelves. It's a wonderful story. Or I could tell you the story of my own mother burning the pork chops in order to get the apple pie ready for pudding. So today I want you to celebrate the great stories in your life. And I want you to think about those moments and those stories that you tell, and maybe where you embellish them as well, and put them in your journal and just really get some joy out of the memory of them. Maybe you've got a family story that comes around all the time that you've heard told from generation to generation. I'd love to know what that is. So get your journal out, or just think it through. Talk to someone today about your go-to life stories. Okay, what are your go-to life stories? You know the ones I mean, don't you?
Yeah. I've got loads. I feel like I've got loads,
Oh,
and I
do
talk them
you?
all out all the time. My favorite one, a good one that I tell all the time, is my most embarrassing moment as well. It also coincides with being my most embarrassing moment,
Okay.
which is when I passed out on a date at a concert with a girl. It was quite a long time ago.
Quite a long time ago.
Like 20, it must have been 2012-ish.
Yeah.
And that's a good one. That one comes out a lot when anybody asks me
Okay,
about
well, you need to
dates.
tell the story, Will.
So basically, okay, so the story goes that I really fancied this girl. I had a big crush on this girl. This band that we liked, they were called Boyce Avenue. They were playing at one of the venues in Leeds, which is the city.
I do not remember this band.
Oh no, you wouldn't have done. You wouldn't have done.
Okay.
They were only playing at one of the little venues. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
not relevant to the story. And I was like, oh, like, let's get tickets and we'll go. And I was really excited because I was finally going on a date with this girl that I had a big crush on.
Yeah.
And we queued up all day. We got to the venue so early. So early. So we could queue up all day so we'd be right at the front.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So we queued up all day and we like chatted and we bonded and we got to know each other. And then they opened the doors and they let us into the venue. And we were literally right at the front, right up next to the barrier. And then more people came in behind us, and more people and more people. And we were getting, like, you know, it was getting pretty busy. There's a lot of people, and it got very hot. And Will, who'd been stood outside all day, got too hot for him, passed out. They had to lift me over the like, security guard, bouncers guy. So I passed out onto this girl. She's this skinny, like, 16-year-old girl. At the time, she was called Catherine, with a Y.
I'm Catherine with a Y.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
So they're like, you know, the people who stand in front of the stage on the other side of the barriers, they had to lift me over the barriers.
Yes.
And then they took me out of some side door, and I was fine, obviously. But we lost our place that we'd queued up all day for. It was dead embarrassing.
All day for.
And I made her promise not to tell anybody, and now I tell it at any opportunity
all of the time. Isn't that the thing though? With the best stories, you do have to go through that process of I'm not ready to tell anyone yet, but as soon as I am, I'm telling everyone. That's a great story. I've seen a band in that same venue, and I know, is it the long and thin one? That room was the long thin room, Leeds Uni.
It was at the O2 Academy.
Oh right.
It wasn't at the uni.
I saw Kasabian at the Leeds Uni venue.
Oh yeah.
And it was like a long and thin venue, and that's the most squished I've been. We share something there. The most squished I've been at a gig was in Leeds.
That's a good one.
And it's the same. But I was watching Kasabian and the crowd squished me, so it was so tight that my feet left the floor and I was just moving around. Yeah. So, but yeah, how funny to have spent all that time. Well, not funny to have fainted, obviously, but how frustrating to have spent all that time and then
I know. It was embarrassing at the time, but now I'm over it.
I've got a few. You've got a choice.
Okay.
Here, I don't know how appropriate these are. So as producer.
Yeah. On my head, yeah.
Getting married with no one knowing. Both my labour stories are great.
Yeah.
First time I got really drunk in Paris.
That's funny.
And the day I got punched.
Tell us about your wedding story, because you say that in the episode, and I love the way that you say it was the best day of my life. So tell us about your wedding story.
It was the best day of my life. Okay, so Mr. Cocker, we've been together since we were 14, and all the time we talked about how we weren't going to get married. He didn't really want to get married, didn't see the point of getting married. It was just his thing, you know, we're together, we love each other, that's that. And we bought a house together, so that's almost more than being married. But I got to the point where I was like, I just would really like to be married. Mm-hmm. And despite his job as a radio presenter, he is not someone who likes a lot of fuss. So I had to really think this through. So one year we went away for Christmas to a friend's flat because Tim was working in the deepest, darkest depths of Wales on the radio. It was like a career move of doing some cover shows to get some more experience. And we got there, we drove there on Christmas Day. There was no one on the roads. We got there on Boxing Day. And so on Boxing Day, I'm working out how on earth to make roast potatoes in someone else's oven. And I'm on the phone constantly to my husband's mum, my now husband's mum. And on Boxing Day, I sat on his lap at the end of the day and I went, look, let's get married. We're moving, you know, we're looking to move to Manchester. We've bought a house together. Let's just get married. We don't have to tell anyone. Let's just get married. That year we'd been to 8 weddings. And we were like, it was just that time of our life. So he said, fine. And I said, right, we can do it. So we went to the town hall in Bath in UK where we lived at the time. And it was £42 to hire the hall, to get the marriage license and hire the hall. And I think we spent about £600 on the whole wedding in total. And we told some friends to come down in a month's time. The Saturdays that were available were like the 23rd and the 23rd of March and the 1st of April, which is April Fool's Day. And Tim went, that's the one we're having.
Of course it is.
Meantime, I move up to Manchester to start a new job, and he's looking at working in Northampton. So we're all over the place. Anyway, the day about a month before, no, about 3 weeks beforehand, my friend John phones and says, "Do we need to bring anything special to this weekend?" Because he had no idea.
Yeah.
And I went, "No." He said, "Do we need to wear a special outfit?" And I went, no. He said, "Are we going bowling?" I went, "Yes."
Yes.
So the registry office was booked at like 2 in the afternoon. Two of our friends were notoriously late, and we'd even told them like get there for like 1, and they turned up at like 1:30. So there were four of us in total. No, 5 of us in total. Me, Tim, our mates Vince, Will, and John, and they all turned up in suits. And I was like, "What are you doing?" I put a skirt on that morning and decided that I didn't want to wear a skirt, so I got married in a pair of jeans, some flat pumps, and like a white suit jacket. And Tim was wearing his jeans. Everyone wore their jeans and a jacket. And my wedding photos are hilarious because they were like of us racing to get to the registry office, like across a multi-story car park. Like we're walking like in this big line, and everything's like blustery and everything. And then we got there. We didn't buy rings, so we decided not to wear rings. And we got there with a packet of like Haribo candy, where they've got the Haribo rings in. So we stood at the desk and went, "Can we use these to get married?" They went, "You actually don't need rings at all. It's not, you don't have to have a ring to get married." I was like, "Oh, right, great." So then we did our vows, and I remember Tim turned to me and he said, "I love your bones," which was something that was just so lovely at the time. It was, I think, an Elbow song was just out, and it was talking about loving the bones of someone. And in the pictures, I'm just grinning, like I've got this square mouth grinning. So we signed everything. Anyway, that night so straight afterwards, we went to the bath pump rooms to have afternoon tea. And so that was my wedding reception with my 4 favourite people. And then we went out for the evening and we had cocktails because Tim took my name. So I've always been Kate Cocker, and then he took my name. So we had cocktails and Timmy Masu. And it was the best day of my life because it was just. And then the next day we went to the parents' houses and we told them that we got married. We just handed Tim's mum the envelope, and she opened it and burst into tears.
No.
So, and all those elements, like we've been together since we were 14.
Yeah.
Tim spent all day saying we're tying a legal loophole in the law, which was very unromantic. But it was the most romantic day of my life because it was so us.
What were the parents' reactions?
Steph, as I said, Tim's mum burst into tears. My parents gave us massive hugs. And we ended up telling Tim's dad while we were on the train station platform because they live so far away we weren't able to go and see them. But yeah, no, everyone was fine about it. And then my mum organised a Not the Hat party. So, it was funny because I went back into work on the Monday morning, new workplace. Everyone, "How was your weekend?" I went, "I got married."
It's very, very. That's got Kate Cocker written all over it. All over it.
Yeah, I know. It was good. It was really good. But I think the thing I would always say is that those days are about doing them how you want to celebrate it best. And how many years on are we now? 12 years on. 16. Oh, no. So 2006 we got married. So what is it now? How many years have I been married? Nearly 16 years. Yeah. I do think it would be nice to have a really big party.
What? I like a big party, yeah.
Yeah, like a huge party. Like yeah.
Wedding reception, you might call it.
We did always say we'd have a big party when the kids were born, and we did. We had 2 really big naming days with all the family and did a big celebration. Because to us, that was like, that's the bit that means something. And we did like a whole, we did like bunting for Connie, where we tied knots. So everybody wrote on a piece of bunting and then tied them all together. So it's like the final joining of the family was represented by the kids. So that was really nice. So yeah, but yeah, no, because I didn't do it. I don't know. Stacey's asking about should you not wear a ring when you get married? I think it was something to do with because we did it through the town registry office rather than like through any kind of religion.
Yeah.
Then they were like, you don't actually have to. All you have to do is have the legal certificate. So
yeah.
Yeah. Kristen says, "I'm so jealous. The pump room. I'm such a Jane Austenite." Yeah, it was. It was.
I didn't even think about it like that. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. It was like it. But it was because it was in Bath and because it was so pretty, it was a beautiful room. I feel like this story has gone on really long now.
No, it's fine. It's good. It's nice to talk about it. And just to go back to the ring thing, it's like, obviously, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but you and Tim don't strike me as the kind of people where the symbol of wearing a ring is that.
No, we're quite. I think this is interesting actually because we'll come on to this in a bit. I think, but we're quite. We've always been quite realistic about our relationship, so we've taken it as it comes, really. So, there you go.
Yeah.
So I suppose go-to stories. There are tons of go-to stories, and it's probably too much to ask on the chat actually for people to do the go-to stories. Kristen says that most squished I was ever at a gig because she replied to your story about we were squished in Leeds. Def Leppard at an outdoor fair in Iona, Michigan, and Van Halen at Joe Louis in Detroit. Is that right? In Michigan.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good place to get squished.
Get squished at a gig, yeah, hilarious. Yeah, it was all very, very much fun and everything. Shall we do some good news?
We should do. There's loads of people here. Tobias is here. Hi, Tobias. Vanny's here. Hi, Vanny.
Tobias. And Vanny.
How can people interact, Kate, if they've got something to say?
Welcome. So if you're new to Backchannel, welcome. You can actually talk to us live while we are on air, and you can see in the chat as well where people are talking to each other as well. So all you have to do is if you're on, hello Rose. She says hello Rose.
Hi, Rose.
All you have to do when you are, if you're on an Amazon Echo in the North America, I flustered myself after revealing so much of myself in the story.
Actually, I put you on the spot.
Shall we just start again? Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, how can people get in touch?
If you're watching Backchannel on your Amazon Echo show and you're in North America, all you have to do is ask your Echo device to, and use the keyword say, and as Rose has done here, hello. So you would say, Eliza, can't say the real name, Eliza, say, hello, Will and Kate, the unofficial Will and Kate from the UK. If you are watching on another platform, say you're on the Facebook group with Everyday Positivity, or you are watching on YouTube, or you're on Twitter at Backchannel Live, all you have to do is head to backchannel.tv, and there you can leave us all sorts of messages and type away frantically to join in. So yeah, but you are very welcome here. Hello and welcome to Positivity Island. This is where we spend an hour together trying to just bring some joy in the world. Oh, Rose. Hello, Will and Kate. You look lovely. Thanks. We've got it coordinated today, haven't we? Look at us. He's in the sky colour and I'm in the background colour.
It's the first and last time this will happen.
I know. We didn't even plan it, which is amazing. Mostly because we plan everything on the show.
They're the best ones.
They are the best ones. All right, come on then. Tell us some good news. Hey.
Lottie welcomes baby in first. A baby koala is set to make its first appearance at the Longleat Safari Park in Wiltshire this weekend. The southern koala is the only one to have ever been born in Europe and is a major milestone for the park, which opened an all-purpose facility in 2019.
So this is so excited for me. I know you're not finished, but we can do more in a minute because I was so excited about this. So in 2022, I decided that I was going to see a koala bear this year. In fact, no, I think it might have been 2021, but obviously the world was in a different place then. And I searched up where you could find a koala bear in the UK, and it was Edinburgh. And so the Longleat search had not gifted me the 2019 news of the purpose-built facility for the koala bears in Longleat. So this is why it's such a big deal. So unless I go to Australia to see a koala bear, the one in Edinburgh is probably closer to Manchester, or at least easier to get to. But it brought me loads of joy that I could also go and see one in Longleat, and also a baby one for the first time.
Baby koalas.
No, I know, but if you've never been to Australia or anywhere else with koala bears outside of the UK, even Europe, you can now see a baby koala on your doorstep.
So exciting.
It is really exciting. Tell us more.
So it was the baby koala was born 6 months ago,
Oh,
and has spent the start of its life safely in its mum's pouch.
oh,
Um, the keepers, they don't know the gender of the Joey yet, but as it spends more time away from its mum and in the outside, they'll learn that, and then there'll be a naming of everything. The keeper, James Dennis, said the birth is really important in order to raise awareness of the threat to the southern koala pests in the wild. So this Joey represents a small but vital step in the process to secure the long-term survival of one of the world's most loved animals, which I think is adorable.
I think it's really adorable, and that was news that was hot off the press today.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
think we have to go and see it. I think it's
I think
a
so.
I think we have a requirement.
Positivity Island trip to go and see baby koala.
Yeah,
We should
amazing.
look into that. We've not thought about doing like shows for. This is what happens. Here we
Planning
are
the show
planning
on
the
the
show on
show.
the show. Yeah, we've not done that before. That would be a really good idea. Outside broadcast, kids. That's what we
Uh,
call it.
on the road in
On
OB.
the
I've
road.
not done an OB in ages.
Oh, we'll have to do the whole
Okay,
thing on the road.
and then any excuse to go and see the baby animals.
Yeah, of course. How long does it stay a baby for? 'Cause it's already 6 months old.
Yeah, I wonder how. I'll do some research. I'll do some koala
Yeah, because when
research.
a dog gets to about 10 months, you're like, right, that's as tall as it's going to be, but it might
Yeah.
fill out a bit, depending if you've got a boy or a girl. So by 10 months, like, what's the koala equivalent? Koala equivalent.
The um
I think that's a really good band name. The koala equivalent.
like a techno synthy thing.
Yeah, I
Okay,
reckon.
why did the koala get the job?
Don't know.
Because it had all of the necessary qualifications.
Because it was Chinese New Year.
Sure. Well, because it was Chinese New Year. You know what? My dad said if I've learned one thing from my father's go-to catchphrase is a joke for every occasion. So
Oh, I love that.
that's my theme for today's show. Okay, let's move on. Shall
A
we?
joke for every occasion. I love it. Go on.
Sis said that was the funniest joke she's ever heard. Artists celebrating baldness. So artists Scott Kelly and
Yeah.
Ben Polkinghorne are
Oh,
working with 8 different designers to create extravagant headpieces for men who have gone bald. The project is called Bald Pieces, and they're elaborate, wearable works of art that are all made with different materials and in different styles to tackle the baldness taboo and encourage men to embrace balding. Ben Polkinghorne said, "We thought of these as crowns to adorn balding crowns."
will you show some on the screen
Will
and I
I?
can describe them. So these are beautiful headdresses, and they're really delicate, and the images are of men. You can't. They look like. I mean, they have no clothes on. That's what it looks like. But it's just
Yeah.
their shoulders upwards. It's like so. It's what you'd call a bust, I suppose. Um, and it's men with beards and facial hair from all different backgrounds, with these amazing headdresses on. And
They are
I saw
certainly
this. I
extravagant.
love this story. What does it make you think of, Will?
I don't know. They are like crowns, aren't they?
Mm,
Because each one is a bit different, or like um jewelry, and it's so nice. Or like sculptures. You know when you go to a sculpture park,
yeah.
they're incredible. I like them.
I think it's interesting, isn't it, that baldness can be such a taboo for men.
Yeah, it's a.
And we always talk about it. We always talk about it like, it's that thing of, oh, look at your mother's father to see if, what their head is like, head of hair is like. And actually, it's really, it's something that a lot of men deal with. And I think I like the way that this celebrates your head.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice,
I
and
do.
because
I
it can
like
be
it.
going bald can be a big source of anxiety, especially for like
Yeah.
men my age in their
Yeah.
in your kind of mid 20s.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't need to be because it happens to so many people. It happens to so
Yeah,
many men.
absolutely. And it's a
That
part of you. It's all of you, you know, like it's about it. It's about embracing those things that, you know, maybe frustrate you or you think aren't as, you know, as typical, if you like, inverted commas, and embracing all of you and going out into the world and being amazing, you know, because
yeah,
the world deserves all of you and you deserve the world.
you do deserve the world. Kristen says they look like wild sci-fi costume pieces. They are a bit. Some of them certainly are a bit Star Trek, aren't they? They're better than Kristen said
I
they're
love
better than a
that.
baseball cap, especially one turned backwards. Yes, it's true. I was watching Queer Eye yesterday, and the first
Yes, of
thing
course
they
you
said
were.
was
When aren't
get
you
rid of the
watching Queer
hat.
Eye? Apart from when we're together.
Other than this, for this hour, that's the only
Yeah,
time I'm not
always
watching Queer
Queer
Eye.
Eyes on. So
Yeah.
tell me, sorry, I talked over your punchline, so say it again.
No, it's fine. The first thing they said to this man when they went in to give him the makeover was get rid of your hat. He wasn't bald, but yeah, he was a bit self-conscious about his hair. But they were like, no, get rid of the hat. You don't need to. You don't need it.
All of you, baby.
Yeah.
Next news. Go on.
Okay, let's have. Dolly Parton has revealed the secret to her 56-year marriage.
I'm on 26. No, I'm not. I'm on 16. So I've got 40 years of marriage to go.
Oh, that's such a long time. You'll get there. You'll get there.
Well, I
This
don't know.
year,
When does it count if I've been with the guy since I was 14?
I mean, this is like, I don't know. That's controversial, and I'm not going to weigh in on that topic.
Okay, fine.
So this year, Dolly and her husband Carl Dean will celebrate their 56th wedding anniversary. And Dolly said that years ago, the secret is, here's the secret, here's Dolly's secret.
Here's the secret.
Is that years ago, they just agreed not to argue. She said, this is a quote, you don't want to start fighting. We made a rule years ago that we never argue because once you start that, it can become a habit and that just goes on. So if there are times that things get a little tense or a little sideways here and there, we just kind of walk off and come back later and make some joke.
I'm going to pick this apart. Can I pick this apart?
Of course you can. I'd be upset if you didn't.
So, love Dolly. She's absolutely right. Like that whole bit about just walk away.
Yeah.
I do think that in relationships, arguments do have a purpose. And that when two people come together, it's very difficult to get through 56 years without any arguments.
Yeah.
So when I meet people and I say, do you argue? And they say, no, I go, you're lying. Because I think that people do. But I do know what she means. Dolly means, like, there's levels of argument, isn't there? If it's full-blown rows all of the time,
Yeah.
not the right relationship.
And
if
like,
it's bickering,
yeah.
then, you know, maybe it's just whether you get sick of that, I suppose.
I think later
but
on.
wow, can iron stuff out? You know, it's
Yeah.
about that kind of petri dish of being together.
I think two things. I think, like later on, I think Dolly like goes on to say about like, oh, the temperature that the thermostat is set at and that kind of thing. Like bickering.
Yeah.
That's what you said. But you know sometimes how you feel better after a good cry.
Yes.
I think having a good argument can be the same.
Well, I think you're right. Because I sometimes think that this is us exploring this now, isn't it? We're exploring this.
Yeah, and I feel like you're about to get neuroscientific on me.
No, I'm not. Do you think that the people you are more comfortable with, like the people that you love and your family, like I bet you bicker with your sister.
All the time.
All the time. My two can't let it up. They're like with each other.
Yeah.
Do your parents argue?
Yeah.
Yeah. My mum always used to say that it's really important if you do have an argument, especially with the kids around, that you make sure that they see you make up afterwards as well, like be friends, like apologise to each other. Brene Brown talks about, this is what I was going to say, often we we work towards some sort of conflict resolution. So if we've had an argument and we want some conflict resolution, but she talks about how we should think about conflict transition. So the conflict actually arises because you have a disagreement or you misunderstand each other, and you're kind of working that out. And if you can be kind of calm enough and not have that red mist fly around, that in a way that sort of conflict, that thing that's happened, that argument that's happened, is actually sort of, it's like an earthquake, isn't it? Like it's just resettling everything. So it's like poof, the plates move all of a sudden, and then it all resettles. So it's quite. It's I don't believe she doesn't have arguments, but I believe that she maybe doesn't have big arguments with Carl Dean, but I do believe that she's honest and that she talks things through, and they work it out, and they do go off and have a breather, and that actually they're dealing in conflict transition probably well. And after 56 years, you probably, I mean, even at this age now, after 20 odd years, I know how to manage moments with my husband better than I did when I started in the relationship. There we go. That's all my thoughts. Nearly.
Okay, good. I like that. And I'm sure in another 16 years, you'll be even more well versed at how to,
Yeah, and I think I've been in situations where he's clearly got really anxious about something and needed to vent.
Yeah.
And olden day me would have been like, "Don't have a go at me," and then something trouble would have come. Whereas now I'm a bit more grown up and a bit more comfortable in my skin and my soul, that I can sort of detach myself from it and go, he's just venting, listen to the words, what's he actually saying, how do we solve this for him?
And
or how do we help him solve it?
There's another thing, and there's an episode of Parks and Rec about this, where sometimes you just need someone to go, "Oh, that sucks."
Yeah, my daughter said that to me the other day. She was like having a problem at school, and I was like, okay. So. And she went, "Mum, I just need you to say, oh, that sucks."
Yeah. Sometimes, sometimes you don't need. You're not really looking for a solution. You're just trying to say it all out loud.
No. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that was our Dolly news.
I feel like today's got quite deep. Did we mean to go that deep?
It's been a deep dive today.
I need you to tell me if you think we're too deep, just deep enough.
We need
all the time.
We need a deepometer.
A deepometer, please. Let us know in the chat. All you have to do is go to backchannel.tv and type your comments there, so you're in the stream. Hi, Vanny again has joined the stream. Or if you are listening on your Amazon Echo show in North America, don't forget that you can talk to us directly by instructing your device to say whatever it is you want to say. For example, you might go, "Eliza, say too deep."
Yeah. Okay, so I've got a little something that's going to take the deepometer from that's too deep to surface level. Yeah,
well, it's
fun.
Deep is fun. I like deep.
I think we need to work out what the points on the deepometer are.
Okay. All right, we'll do that.
Okay, so over the past couple of days, Kate and I have been giving each other some trivia.
Yep.
To test our general knowledge.
Oh, it's my turn.
Our specific knowledge. Kate, today I've got 6 questions for you. I will be keeping score.
6? We might have to. We might not get to 6.
I know we might not have time for all 6. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, fine.
The important thing is, if you know the answers, you can help Kate out by talking to your device,
please.
as Kate just said. Okay, number 1. Let's start with, you'll know this one. A book by Barack Obama is called The Audacity of what blank. A book by Barack Obama is called The Audacity of something.
Man.
Okay,
Humans.
good answer. Think about.
No one's helping me in the chat. Come on, help me in the stream. Help me out. Don't look at the internet.
Don't look at the internet. Think about what Obama says, what he's kind of famous for saying.
Change.
Yeah, good one.
I don't know. All I'm thinking of is Becoming by Michelle Obama.
Yeah, good one. I'm thinking of A Promised Land by Obama, which is what I'm reading at the minute.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
The audacity of politics.
Good one. All very good, educated guesses.
Leadership.
Yeah. Shall I tell you?
Yes, please.
It's the audacity of hope.
Of course it is.
Because hope, you know?
Yep.
Classic Obama. Okay, here we go. Bit more pop culture. Rihanna. These questions are a bit all over the place. Rihanna, who's pregnant,
Yes.
by the way. Congratulations, Rihanna, if you're watching.
Ah.
Rihanna banned fans from bringing what items to her concert in
Phones.
2008?
Not phones.
No. What did Rihanna ban people from bringing to a UK concert in 2008? If you know and you're watching on an Echo show, say to your device the name of your device, followed by the word say, followed by what you think Rihanna banned people from bringing to her UK concerts. Or
Eliza.
you can go to backchannel.tv.
Kristin's got one. Kristin says, Eliza,
Lighters.
say lighters.
Yeah,
That's a good one, lighters.
that's the way, because it could be a health hazard. I want you to think of... that's too much of a big clue.
Oh, okay. Food.
Good
Chewing
one.
gum.
Yeah. Bit more obscure.
Lizards.
A bit less obscure.
Hot dogs.
Cause no. Think of songs by Rihanna. It's Rihanna.
Work.
You can't bring your laptop. to
Diamonds.
It's not diamonds.
Okay, you're going to have to tell me.
I'll tell you, it's umbrellas.
Umbrellas, of course. Ella.
Okay, which name are the Sandwich Islands better known as?
This trivia is really hard.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about you.
I'm going to have to lower the standards here because you're doing it too difficultly.
Okay.
Sandwich Islands, they're going to be something like Scilly Isles or the Galapagos or the Caribbean Islands.
I'm going to give you a clue. You would think
Canary
of it as
Islands. Kristen
Canary is a
says.
great guess. You think of it as just one island. You would think of it as just one island, whereas really it's a collection of islands. But when I say the name, you're gonna think that it's just one place, but it's not. It's also
Is it like Australia or like
it's like Australia, apart from it's
Indonesia?
also an American state.
Hawaii?
Hawaii.
I was going to say Hawaii at the start.
Were you, Kate?
Yeah, Isle of
I
Wight.
believe you.
Is that what you meant, Kristen? Kristen's written White in the chat.
The Isle
And
of
I
Wight,
think,
yeah.
like, Isle of Wight? I don't know. Okay, next. We will get through these because I'm so bad at them.
You know, but they are quite difficult.
I was winning, I think, at one point, and now I'm not.
Which major movie actor's first role was in A Nightmare on Elm Street?
Daryl Hannah.
Major movie actors.
I don't know who was in Nightmare on Elm Street. Can I get
More
IMDb
major.
out?
No, you cannot. That would be cheating.
Come on, someone has to know this.
Yeah, have you not
Someone
seen
is going to be a
Nightmare on Elm
horror fan.
Street? Yeah.
I can't remember. All I can remember is Freddy with his knives, and I've watched Scream recently. Who, by the way, one of the main characters in Scream is in Riverdale.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Which were who?
he's Ben from Friends' dad. Can't remember. Oh,
Ben.
the guy who played Ben in Friends is in Riverdale, and his dad, part of the South Side Snakes.
Yeah, Cole Sprouse.
Sorry,
Cole Sprouse.
that's Ben from Friends.
Yeah, and his dad's in it?
His dad.
Okay. Is this distracting us from which
Forsyth.
major movie actors?
Forsyth. Jughead. Jughead's dad
Okay.
was in Scream. We didn't notice until we saw. So this is the same issue that I've got. Kristen's saying Brad Pitt like that, but I'm like, surely that's Thelma and Louise. Johnny Depp, says
Johnny
Kristen.
Depp is the correct answer.
No.
Yeah.
Who's Johnny Depp in Nightmare on Elm Street?
I don't know. I don't have that kind of information. But I think Kristen can have that point.
Yeah, totally. I've done very badly on this round. Go on, give me the other two then.
Okay. How many teeth does an adult human have? How many teeth? Are you counting them all? Do you have all your teeth? How many teeth does an adult human have?
32 plus wisdom teeth.
The answer I was looking for was 32.
Oh, there you go.
So you
32. Kristen and I have both gone like this.
Now you've got 3 points, so now you're at 50%.
Oh, okay. How did I get 3?
Because I'm being.
I got Hawaii.
Because you got 2 and Kristen got 1.
Okay, so it's us against you, is what you're saying.
I mean.
Okay, so at the moment, so it could be a tiebreaker at this point.
Okay, final question then.
Me and Kristen against Will, because he's got 2 points.
I don't like this. It's getting a bit competitive for my liking, Kate.
Why? What's the point without?
Okay, fine then, Kate. What's the biggest state in America? Do you know that one?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be between Texas and Alaska. Kristen, what we're saying? Kristen, help me out here. Come on.
I think it's going to be between Texas and Alaska.
Kristen's saying Alaska, so I'm going to go Alaska.
Alaska's the correct answer.
Yes, we won, Kristen. We win.
You beat Will. You're disappearing into the sea.
I did that, but did you see that I got a bit transparent?
Did.
When I celebrate, I disappear.
So you got 4. Okay, so come back. You have to come back on Thursday then, because then it's going to be my turn to be grilled.
6 questions. Okay, I'll prep 6 questions for you on Thursday and see how well you get on. I'm probably going to make them more accessible than those.
Okay, fine.
And it might be a bit more pop quiz focused.
Oh, that's good. I'm not very good at pop.
If my husband was here, he'd make us play globe games, which is all geography.
Oh, that's my worst. That's why he's not invited. That's why.
Yeah, never invited. He can have his name back.
Yeah.
Oh, and Thursday's apparently going to be a snowed-in day in Michigan, Detroit. Same place. So Kristen, get yourself ready. You can be on Will's side on that day.
Yeah, thanks, Kristen. I'm going to do all the help I can get.
Answer and support. Don't worry. I think it's going to be quite good. Okay. I realised I couldn't do in terms of pop culture, it's got to be widely known pop culture.
Yeah. Which 90s British boy band? No.
No, never.
None of that, please. None of that.
Which TV show duo?
Yeah.
Yeah, not going to happen. So yeah, Don't you worry, it's going to be fine. I'm looking forward to the snowpocalypse that Kristen has just told us about. So we'll have to get some photos. How can we get people to send us photos of the snowpocalypse?
Facebook group, please.
Facebook group. Go on the Facebook group. Please send pictures of the snowpocalypse, even if it's not apocalypse.
Yeah, even if it's just a few flakes.
If you're like, oh, we've got snowpocalypse. Oh no, we don't have it. That's very British, isn't it? Like we think we're going to get these like enormous storms, and then they.
But also, I have to say, not to start causing problems, but it's been very, very windy here in Yorkshire over the past couple of days, and we've just been getting on with stuff. But I think in other parts of the world, they'd be stressing out a bit more. Okay, Kate, do we have time to be actively
expected? That's like a foot and a bit. That's well good. Let's all go to Kristen's house. Right. Let's finish off this program. We've done a lot today. We've got through some stories. We've done our go-through stories. We've had tigers coming for tea. We've had, what else have we done? Koalas being born. Dolly news and a bunch of trivia that I couldn't do. Oh, I know I won actually, so I could do. Lots of clues. So every show, I like to finish the show with an activity that you can do to take into your life from now to help you feel more positive and have a bit more of a positive mindset through your day. Because you know what? We all need reminding. Our brains are wired to be negative, right? So let's all be reminded that we can think positively. And this one for you today, this activity is really simple. It is stand up straight. Yes, Will. Let's all sit up, stand up straight. So if you think about it, I did this recently on a voice course where the instructor made us stand up straight, and I realised I've been sitting most of my life hunched over with my shoulders all forward. So it's pulling your shoulder blades back, but not so far back that you end up like chicken necking. You want to get your neck, you actually bring your chin in as well, so that your whole body is straight, and all of a sudden you feel amazing. If you walk around like this, hi Glenn, joining the stream, first time on the show. If you walk around like this, really up tall or sit up tall, physiologically things change. You feel better about yourself. You're going to go into the world and feel great. People will look you in the eye and go, hey, give them a smile. So it's a really simple activity. So simple, and these are the best ones, aren't they? So today, in your world, sit up / stand up straight, and you'll feel good about yourself. Well, and I'll be back on Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific Time, and 2 p.m. in the UK. You can check us here on Backchannel on your Amazon Echo. All you have to do is ask your Amazon Echo show to open Backchannel, or you can find us on YouTube, or you can find us on Twitter at Backchannel Live, or if you're an Everyday Positivity fan, don't forget you can check us here in the Facebook group, Everyday Positivity with Kate Cooker. Will, who is up next?
Up next, we have got the Ace, Jam and Rene. They're here until 12 p.m, so stick around and hang out with them because they're awesome and you're going to love them.
Thank you so much for playing along with us today on Positivity Island. Please go into your day feeling good, with your head held high, and know that you have 100% got this.